Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Crystal and Kanan up in their new apartment. And so is OC. Kanan tell OC to keep the spot a drug-free, loiter-free zone out front. You know, no more lollygagging and shit. Kanan tell him nobody should be out that joint unless they dropping off cash or picking up product. Crystal and Kanan get a little rap. You know, she give her trap boo input. At some point, Juke stops by, but Kanan leaving out, and he leave her with Crystal. Tells him to get reacclimated, since Crystal gonna be around for a while, you know. He like, I need you two to at least be cordial. And they get a little rap, you know, Kanan piece up out of there. I'm surprised Juke didn't beat that ass. Crystal apologizes to Juke about them hounds she put on Juke ass some time ago for the sake of Kanan and their proximity to each other through him. Then Juke piece up out of there, you know. Let's go back to Kanan for a second. Because after he leave Crystal and JUKEBOX, he makes his way down the old Snaps and Pop joint, you know. Kanan walked up in the spot, sounding like they was playing Bobby Blue Bland's greatest hits and shit. And vibe was old school as a mofo up in that piece, you know, some straight NOLA juke joint type shit playing. He come in, hands that envelope off, you know. It was light though, from Unique Robin OC most recently. And Snaps and Pop tell his green ass, their cut, stay their cut. So if he take a hit, that's on him. They like, what the is this? Like, we don't share in your losses, little player. You know, I feel like Snaps and Pop like a young Kanan, you know. I feel like they like him. But of course, they see an opportunity. Like this mofo hungry. Green is all hell. And clearly without proper guidance. And Snaps and Pop in the I see an opportunity type business. They try and school him, you know, because they invested in him. So they let him slide with the mouthiness and that light-ass envelope. Tell him to tighten up his image. And if he want to be seen outside of Rock's shadow, well, they can assist with making that happen, you know. Talks to him about Quan. And at some point we see Kanan down at Quan's happy gambling and wholesale drug supply extravaganza. Quan give Kanan a little praise. Ask how he loving that 20% price increase. Kanan tell him, oh, it's all good. You know, I'm just going to have to work harder is all. Like mofo, since when is a 20% increase on anything that sudden all goddamn good? Green little player. But he want to show that nothing, and I mean nothing, gonna rattle his cages. That he gonna get to where he need to get to. Cause he the man. Tells Quan not to go through his moms to talk to him, you know. He on that case solo. He like, my mom's in my business. She in my business. You know, y'all don't know what the I'm talking about. Basically letting Quan know that they ain't on the same page. That he ripe for the taking. You all alone in these streets, cousin. Every man for themself in this land, they be gunning. Quan get to smiling at his crew, you know, like he a music industry exec. And they got a new little player who just want to sing. Mama, I want to sing. He the next mofo about to blow, you know. They like, get the pills and the baby oil ready. We got one. We got one, y'all. He peace up out of there.